Rosé. I'm Melissa.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Aaron.
And today we have the pleasure of hosting Camilo Andres.
Hello guys. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course.
Appreciate it, man.
We're excited to have you.
We're very excited to have him. So, Camilo Andres is one of Aaron's close friends. He has his own business and he makes suits, which is really cool, and he has his own store as well. Aaron's gonna ask him a couple questions so that we can get to know him and get to know what the art of making suits is and where he got inspired.
Size to fit.
Yeah, right?
That's so cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should just get a little background on you and, you know, whatever you want to share with us, and then Aaron will ask you the questions afterwards.
Well, let's give a little backstory here.
Oh,
I think it's kind of important that we mention how me and Camilla met.
Oh,
So that's kind of funny.
Story
I like this.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, so it was actually in summer school of like 11th grade. It was like we were just a little bit, we were like a couple misfits, and like I remember we used to like go and sneak out and like smoke cigarettes and shit like in the night. We'd like see under the dirt in summer school. And I remember like he was like one of my only friends there because everyone else was just fucking weird. And yeah, I think he just sat next to me and we just
Hit
clicked.
it off. That's awesome.
We clicked and everything, you know, we've always kept in touch ever since. Like, we follow each other. So.
Really cool, man. Happy to be here. Happy that you're doing this. Really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I think we're really all
So excited. And you also featured him in
Exactly.
your
So
magazine.
in Advanced Lifestyle, I reached out to him. That's like, and I asked him because I knew he was a fashion designer, and I really liked the vibes that he gives out, like his style, and like, and for Advanced Lifestyle, I'm going for a certain target audience. It's like very classy, and he basically encompassed everything that I wanted to feature in it. So yeah, so it was great, and he's been so supportive. Like anything I've asked him, he's been very helpful. He hasn't been like, oh, his fame hasn't made him an asshole or anything. You know what I mean? And then I think that's what I like most about him, that he's like real down to earth, and I really like that.
That's super cool. And all the pictures that were in Advanced Lifestyle looked so crisp, so clean. Your
I mean,
suits
yeah,
that
he
you
photographs, but
made,
look at, he's a beautiful man, right?
Beautiful. But the clothes are beautiful too. Very well fitting, well formed, sharp.
Thank
They
you.
look so cool.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of work to go into it, but you know, we have a lot of passion for what we do, and
Yes.
we want our clients to be so happy. So it's a lot of work, a lot of stress, because a lot of things go into it. You know, like so many details.
It's a craftsmanship for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. So I think Aram is going to just shoot a couple questions at you. Answer honestly. No, I'm just kidding.
So basically, you just got like how to give our audience basically a brief description of what you do in like a short description. Like, what would you say?
What I do is I create menswear for clients looking to kind of upgrade their wardrobe. So usually they are guys that go off the rack. They spend similar amount of, their budget is very similar to what they spend now with me. So we're offering a great product, high quality fabric, custom design. So it's a lot of details that go into it, but I really like the fact that they come to me looking to upgrade their wardrobe pretty much. Like, oh, I want it to fit better. Every time I go to Macy's, Beep, I don't want to say the brand names, but my competitors and Indochino, sorry. But no, the guys out there, they're always, you know, it's not as personal as I am. So they go into a store, they walk in, they go to another store, they're just in and out, right? You don't really remember anything. You just get your receipt, you go home, you try it on, it looks okay. For me, they come to me, they text me, I get to meet their family, their friends, their fiancés, because it's a lot of weddings that we do. And it's really cool because, you know, we get to know everybody there, we get to kind of get to know a lot more about them and why they chose certain patterns. Maybe it's for traditional reasons. Indian weddings, they want this color to match their flowers. This tuxedo needs to match this for the wedding. So like, I get to understand that and kind of get to learn new things. And the good thing is, you know, we get to see them more than once. So they're stuck seeing me more than once, unfortunately for them. Like first fitting we do is we take their measurements, we do all the design features up there. Like you could kind of customize anything you want. I had a guy bring me in a suit picture, well, a picture of his grandpa when he got married. So it was kind of cool because I was like, oh, I can make it like that, but I can make it feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was kind of
modern
giggling at
taste,
that, and he was like
yeah.
laughing at it. And yeah, I was like, you know what, we could find similar fabric. We're not going to find the exact fabric from that image because I have no idea what kind of fabric that was, but I have something very similar. I can kind of match the buttons, the threading, the design, and then make it maybe a little bit better for your body type. And they're like, wow, you could do that? And I'm like, yeah, we could do anything for you, and then they get to add their monogramming, their lining, so it's kind of cool because it's very personal, and it's really cool because they get to, like, comment to me, and we get to know them and stuff, so it's kind of cool, So yeah, my clients are actually guys wanting to upgrade their wardrobe and kind of get a better fit suit, because usually what they get off the rack, it's the most that a shop could do is like alter the sleeves, maybe take in a bit on the stomach side, but like for us it's custom. Like we get so many measurements. We take 28 measurements, so I know everything about them. I know more than they probably know about themselves. And like if their wives come in, I'm like, yeah, I'll add an extra inch if you want. Like we play around like that, Like we become very personal. We're texting all the time, like, hey, what tie should I wear with this suit? And I'm just like, oh, try this on. Send me a selfie, and he like sends me a funny selfie. It's like, I just met the guy for 1 hour and we were already that close because we have that personality that we just want to get to know you really well because we want to expand. Expanding is getting to know your clientele, and if you don't know them like that, who are you selling to? You gotta have like a market, right? Like who are you selling to? And for me, it's definitely guys just wanting to upgrade their wardrobe. Anybody, it could be anybody. We have guys that are like IT guys. Then I have a guys in Cali. They like the pants a little bit slimmer on the bottom. Like they like that skinny jean look. So they want their pants to be very similar. High waters, they want to show off all their socks and stuff, wearing loafers.
Yeah.
Guy working at Potomac in Maryland, working IT, he's not going to do that. That's not his style.
Yeah.
I'm able to incorporate what he wants for the design of each individual. So it's kind of very personal, that's custom pretty much. It's personal. Yeah, so it's kind of cool, I guess.
No, that's really cool.
And everyone could use a signature sports coat in their wardrobe. Every guy.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely think every man should at least have. Well, let me rephrase that. Every adult man should have a fitting suit at all times because you never know. Like,
For
Where do
sure.
you find those then? Like,
You have to get them, like.
Would you
have
find
to go
the men that wear
to
suits?
Milan.
You have to get them,
where do you find adult men?
Oh, see,
Oh,
you guys on Tinder, you don't have tailored suits, she's not going to swipe up. She's going to swipe away from you guys. Definitely upgrade your wardrobe.
That's one of the first
Call Camilo Andres and he'll hook you up.
I'll
So.
hook you up, guys.
You will then become a man.
Damn, guys. You already heard it. There's no chance for you guys.
From Lauren herself, she's looking for an adult man.
Adult man.
With a suit then.
None of these man boys anymore.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
It's so funny.
So basically, like staying on your fashion thing, because I know you started with Deadbeat Prep, and like you want to talk about like the transition you had from starting there, and then like where you are today.
Oh man, Debbie Prep was 6 of us, so it was 6 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, partying, high school kids. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what it took to get to that level. And when you have so many partners, it's kind of harder.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
I was in a
People think,
situation
oh,
like
it's
that.
easier. Everybody has their own tasks, their own responsibilities, but it's not like that because everybody has to kind of agree on everything.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to choose a yellow t-shirt with this design, I have to send 5 text messages, and then everybody has to reply. And somebody says, you can't really post it, you can't really make that design because not everybody agreed to it. So partnerships suck. I hate partnerships. Nobody, unless you want to invest, that's it. So no, we don't like partnerships. Partnerships are, it doesn't allow me to create what I want.
That's what I'm saying. It probably hinders your creative expression, right?
It does always, because then they have to agree, unless they're like think of it as a restaurant, because we came from the restaurant industry. I told you about Vonix Juice. We had a juice place, right? Had a partner. He's gonna hear this. Hey, what's up, Manuel? No, but we had a place, and it was kind of like everything had to be agreed. And then kind of something you didn't really like, you still had to go with it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to cause more tension. So you kind of had to let some things agree. So then somebody comes in, and they already know your personality, right? That menu board, it looks cool, but it looks kind of childish. And you're just like, yeah, that's what I thought too. But I mean, we were getting irritated at each other that we had to kind of compromise. And that's what we came up with. If it was just me, I would have done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's the problem with the partner. But if you set it up, I guess, if you ever start a business, make sure everything's in writing, even if it's like your dad. Like, make sure he knows what's his responsibilities and what he's allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do. Because then one day, he's just making the wrong decisions. You know, like politics. They have people that have, the guys, their spokesperson. They make sure that they're saying what everybody's saying for that company. Their beliefs, their whole, whatever, their whole concept. If somebody says the wrong thing, then it's everybody's going to be upset.
Yeah.
But if you're just one man, your own ideas, you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, because like recently, with starting my own business, it's been so much easier being able to just like, I create everything. Like, so the design from the website to the magazine, it's all me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to run it by anyone, because I know like, I was in a similar situation with you, but it was more in an academic setting where I had 6 partners where we created these, we did research and we won a grant for like our research for the algae ecologs. So it was a business that we started and we won, but like getting anything done was almost impossible, because like getting to the next step, like bringing it to market never occurred, because some people were like, you know, well, I don't have the time, so then how do you, and then it's like, it just like never went anywhere, because like there's so many freaking people, you know what I mean? It's just like a pain in the
It's hard because like when we had our own, I had my own business as well, but then it's hard when you have people, because you want people that have different perspectives, obviously, because you want a well-grounded concept and things like well-rounded concept and things like that. But like for us, it was people. Some of us did agree on certain things because we are very, we're similar individuals that think about the same things and are about in the same area in our life and things like that. But like, there's other people that just think so differently, and it's hard. So compromising is key, but then you're willing, like you said, you really have to be like, am I really willing to compromise on this, or should I fight, or should I even bother to fight? Because like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So a key to a partnership is really, like you said, having everything written down, and both of you understanding what the main goal is, or however many partners.
Inspire each other.
Yeah.
Which is a unique dynamic to find. The inspiration.
And you can't have 2
Always
designers
being on
or
the
2
same
artists.
page.
You need to have a business person and an artist, and the
That
business
makes
person needs
sense,
to respect the artist, because
Oh, yeah.
like I myself am not an artist, but I respect artists because I know the way you guys think and the way you see life is so different, and I admire that. So if I can give you inspiration in how to create things and lead you somewhere, I'm willing to help, but like I'm not about to mess up your creative process.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Partnerships are hard.
Absolutely.
You also have to or several of you be moving at the same speed, because if you have someone who's lagging behind, it's the most frustrating,
It's frustrating, yeah, absolutely.
That's
thing.
frustrating.
Very frustrating.
So how long have you been with your company now?
Since 2016, we opened up in Twinbrook. We had our first location there, and that was where we first started.
And where are you now?
Bethesda, but we have partnerships with office environments where we're able to go to Virginia, all over Virginia, DC, Maryland, and even California, Shanghai, Hong Kong. So we're able to go anywhere. So if you want to book us, you're in Chicago, let's go eat. Like, we could go anywhere. Like, it's
Let's
really
get
cool.
some deep dish pizza.
That is so
That's
cool. That's a really
Vegan
neat
deep
concept.
dish pizza, I can't. No.
Okay.
I'm very, not a hipster. It's a health thing.
So I kind of wanted to touch on an aspect that I found really interesting when I was talking to you for the magazine, and that was basically your inspirations that you draw from for your, and I know a lot of your travels have inspired you, so do you want to talk about a little bit about your travels and how that inspired you?
Yeah, it's a completely different world internationally, man. Like, if you go to like Brazil, it's different from China. You know, it's like different thoughts, different creative stuff. You know, like I'm inspired by Japan's streetwear. So that's where we get our streetwear concepts. If you see us, we're always posting like Japanese words up there, Japanese designs, because, you know, possibly we're expanding to Japan in March. So I want to kind of get that clientele, kind of get them already involved more. So when I get there, I already have my market kind of thing. But if you look at Japanese streetwear, man, those guys are wearing like face masks, camo gear, like all blacked out, hoodies up, like it's different. And then their haircuts are different. They look like Super Saiyan, like it's crazy. And you go to Brazil, they're not doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But kind of everybody's taking a little bit out of somebody else's ideas. Virgil Abloh, I don't even know how to say his name correctly. Virgil, the guy from Louis Vuitton, Off-White.
Oh, yeah.
If you look into him, a lot of his designs look very similar to other designs. I'm not saying anything, but like a lot of the stuff he's gotten looks very similar to stuff that dropped in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Almost identical.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow. So I guess everybody tries to take a little bit out of different things. But for my thing is, I like to go after the Japanese streetwear when it comes to our streetwear side of the brand. I want to go after Japan. I like the face mask, the camo gear, all blacked out. I only like wearing black. Like, I'm very simple. I have to wear colors because I have to, but I usually like all black. Like, I'm just weird, dude. Like, I drink whiskey usually without ice or soda. I'm just a weird guy.
Yeah.
So, I like that. I like drinking wine. I like watching TV and movies. But like when it comes to designs, I think Japan is out there as my inspiration. Japan and Korea are up there. Like there's a lot of brands out here that kind of take a little bit of inspiration from there, and it's really cool, you know. So I think of our brand. See, we're trying to find our identity right now, right?
Yeah.
We're in that process. We're like, are you streetwear brand or are you like made to measure? We make money off streetwear. We make money off made to measure. Our bread and butter is made to measure. Made to measure is pretty much custom clothing. So trench coats, pea coats, tuxedos, suits, vests, dress shirts. That's our bread and butter. But the streetwear is kind of shifting to a completely different crowd, which is kind of like, it's confusing people. Like, oh, you're mid 40-year-old clients, VPs, executives. They're not interested in your post about streetwear. But guess what? I don't want to be like what's it called, Brooks Brothers. I don't want to be identified as a Brooks Brothers. Like, that's not who I am. I'll never be that
Yeah,
guy.
and as as a business, you don't want to like isolate your target audience.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, you want to have multiple audiences that you can sell to.
That's why I'm trying to kind of
Yeah.
identify how I do it. But since I don't have any partners, I really don't care. It's working. We're making money. Like,
Yeah.
just do what I keep doing. It's working out somehow. But like, I understand where people are like, you got to find your identity, and I'm like, I understand that, but like, my identity is just like whatever I think I like. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be like
Because they want you to
douchey,
be
you know?
one identity.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can be multiple.
Yeah, like
So
look
they just
at
don't
like Louis Vuitton. Like they collaborate with Supreme. Like you would have never thought that back then, because Supreme's like a skater brand back then, like whatever.
Yeah.
But then Louis Vuitton back in the day was more like prestigious, like Louis bag.
Upscale,
And now
yeah.
you're hanging out with streetwear. Like it doesn't make sense. But like I'm thinking, I don't know. I just like what I like. I like gas masks. I like weird shit. Like I just like crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it makes sense though, because like, at least for me, my personal style, like when I go to the office, I'm wearing dress clothes, dresses, heels, pants, suits, like. But when I'm outside of work, like, I wear Vans, I wear Adidas, like I wear whatever it is that I like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Comfortable stuff. But I mean, I can't wear ripped jeans to the office, so like, you know, I gotta wear that.
Wear streetwear on the streets and
then so then
businesswear.
it would make sense that people are having that transition of like trying to mix them together, because let's be honest, nobody likes wearing heels, so why can't I just wear, or even dress shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's a huge audience that's exactly like that. They're business during the day and streetwear at night.
Yeah.
It's not like everyone's going to really fancy cocktail hours in the evening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they ever did, but I feel like especially our generation likes the difference, likes to change it up, switch it up, go to a club or, you know, a cool concert.
And you want to have a little bit of everything
sometimes.
too.
Call
yeah,
me
you
with
can just
fashion,
go-
but I don't know, like I kind of miss that. I'm not like I kind of like really like not the business casual bullshit, but like just being able to wear a suit.
Really fancy.
Like I feel like if I could wear a suit all the fucking time, I would.
All
But like,
the time?
yeah.
Not in the
Not in the heat, but like I feel like just the way I feel when I'm in a suit.
Right?
Yeah, it's American.
Is it American sounds if they're using Native American instruments to create them? Isn't it a little?
Well,
I
which
don't
I think
know
what
what
she's alluding.
instrument
I think what
they're
she's
doing.
alluding
I know
to is
she's
that
alluding to
Native
it.
Americans were here first, and they were leaving.
This is golden. You should be.
Yeah, it's recorded.
No, I think
I'm
she's
saying-
alluding to. No, I'm just trying to mess with you. But like,
I'm
I
missing this
like
shit.
it. Oh, I know you like it. That's why we're playing. I just think it's funny. But no worries.
Rude.
Word.
No, it's just funny because she's like, she
You
knows
know
what
how
I'm talking
guilty I
about.
feel about
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. Don't feel guilty. You didn't do that to them.
All right, so into
Yes,
our
I did.
second
All right.
segment.
A piece of
Okay, ready? Oh.
You just have to click on it, right? Click like out
we're back.
Click on that view.
Drop to the side. Oh, we're on.
Yeah. That woman. Can't you do a damn thing right?
Look, you didn't work.
Look, it didn't work.
And we're back. We hope you like the song. It's one of Lauren's favorites.
Yes, it is.
They're from West Virginia.
All the stuff they do is one of my favorites.
So as we transition over, we're going to talk about a little bit of politics.
Ooh,
We just have to
Hot
because...
topics.
Oh, I'll get the wine.
Yeah, once you do that.
It'll make it a little uncomfortable here.
Why not mix?
Yeah, we'll drink some wine, you know.
Yeah.
We're,
This one is some rosé. We did the
Guess we
whiskey
should
aspect.
begin saying
Yeah,
what the
these
elections
rosé.
were.
Whisky Rosé.
so, you know, the elections were yesterday. It was a great turnout for just overall people who went out and voted. So that's a good thing. That means more people are voting. It doesn't necessarily mean that more of the right people are voting, but you know, they're voting. That's what counts. But while Lauren...
There's no such thing.
No, it's everybody's right? It's an
Mhm.
American right to vote. And everybody has their own opinion, and we should respect them.
Yes, indeed.
But I guess before we get into the elections, Aaron we wanted to talk about briefly about Trump.
Well, ousting Jeff Sessions.
Yeah.
So he replaced him with a loyalist. So it's going to affect the Russia investigation,
Yep.
the probe.
Thank you.
So we'll see how that pans out. So it's kind of it's an interesting move. I mean, especially right after the election, after losing, you know.
The House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House Representatives. So.
It's interesting to think that, like, you know, I'm not very political either. I'm really just it's my opinion, but like, it's just like he thinks so non-political. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
You
no, I
think
agree. Because
so?
like my political
Right
view
now.
is just it's pretty complicated because on paper, like if I had to choose between both houses, I have to choose Democrat because just overall I agree more. But there are certain aspects that I do agree more with the Republican. So I'm kind of like caught in the crossfire a lot. So let me give you an example. I really like the progressive nature that Democrats take approach to education and science and like incorporating that into just mainstream America, but then like and especially with like in giving women's rights for like just basic things like what they do with their own body. If a woman wants to have an abortion, then she can. It's her fucking body. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other end of the spectrum, I don't agree on how Democrats usually sometimes handle things like money for like welfare systems. I think the whole system's fucked. I think there should be stricter rules on how you get welfare. I think a lot of people take advantage of that, as well as I'm a big gun advocate, so it kind of fucks me over because like even though I'm a Democrat and like I'm all about gun rights, so like it's weird because I'm kind of like in between on both issues.
Yeah.
On certain issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, do you think that people should have to go through background
Yeah,
checks?
absolutely, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm all about having more strict background checks and all that, but I don't like the approach where like no one should have guns, like, and that's where
Yeah.
I shoot guns all the time. So,
Mhm.
and that, you know what I mean? So like,
He was saying that it's his spirit to stab people in the face.
no, hey, context in game, Call of Duty,
In
first
games.
of all.
That was your
That's
personality.
what I say that. That's why I don't like Fortnite because it's too cartoony. And
Yeah.
I like the more bloody aspect of Call of Duty.
But with what Aaron was going, it's interesting because I'm definitely a Democrat, like, but I do agree with you in those things. Like, I don't think that people should just not have guns. If you like guns and you know how to safely use them, and you feel that really will make you, if that makes you feel a lot safer, and you like going and hunting, obviously in appropriate places, you're not killing like animals that are going extinct or anything like that. But like if you're hunting and that's okay. I'm cool with that as long as you're going through a deep background check and we're not just
Exactly.
giving guns to
To
everybody.
anyone, and that's the issue.
Yeah, and like I'm all for that. I really understand that it's a right and I can respect you having one. It really isn't a problem for me. But other than that issue, like I am a full Democrat. I think that women should have the right to choose what they do with their bodies. I don't want to say I'm a full feminist because, like...
You are.
Well, I think that
that word makes it
I feel
hard
like it has
for me.
certain
Feminism
connotations.
is just the belief that genders are equal.
Yes, but I feel like
Yes.
now
So we
that
are all
word,
feminists here.
but I think that word has
Yeah.
it carries certain connotations
I think so,
that
yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with completely.
Yeah, but that's the social
like
definition.
the actual
of the
definition
word.
I'm a part of, but like there's some extremists where like they're trying to belittle men too, and I think we should be equal.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
there's
should-
a different
Yeah.
word for that. I can't think of it.
But like in
It's
some
the
of these
opposite
feminists are
of misogynist.
fucking just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like you know what I mean, and like. And they take it to the extreme. Like neither extreme is good. And I
No.
think you need to find a good middle
Yeah,
ground.
you don't
know
want
what
to
I
be
mean?
I agree.
radical
It's like some
on
of those-
everything.
Super extremist feminists, they just get on my fucking nerves. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you gotta understand that we both need. You can't just like man hate. Also, you know what I mean?
Anyone who's trying to take rights away or affect people in such a negative aspect, like they believe themselves to be so right that they want to make you change what you're doing,
Yeah.
is just radical and a lot of the times wrong unless what you're doing is
Mhm.
illegal or hate or something.
Yeah, and I'm all for, like, I think I've said in other episodes before, I'm about acceptance and respecting you as a human being. So for me, it's like, if you believe in something I don't believe in, I respect you for that, but I do want to hear you out. I want to understand why you think that. Specifically for women as being feminist or whatever, like, I respect any woman that feels that they need to fit a specific role for their husband or something like that. Like, I can respect that.
Yeah, that's.
But as long as
that's
you're
not-
happy, like that's
Yeah.
what I'm
and
saying.
as long as it's your
Don't
choice.
tell-
And
It's
that's
your
the-
choice,
That's
it's
the important thing.
happening.
Like
It's choice.
But is the choice.
Choice.
Give
Yeah,
women the
yeah.
choice to do whatever they want. Like
Yeah.
if they want to be a working person, like get their degree and do whatever, then great. And if they want to fucking stay at home, don't make them feel bad.
Yeah.
Just let them have their own choice. And
When
you know what I
women-
mean? Like let
Yeah.
them do whatever
Right.
the fuck they want to do. You know
But
what
yeah,
I
and
mean?
it goes for both genders in general. For anybody, however anybody identifies, it really is have your choice, make it, and if you're happy with it, at least it was your choice. Nobody's
Exactly. No one's
putting it.
forcing you
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
that. Like
Yeah,
And that's the issue with like how women are treated in this country. Because when women were fighting for the right to vote, I mean, there are so many things in
Mhm.
politics that are completely anecdotal. So when women were fighting for the right to vote, their biggest opponent was like another woman who came through for the opposite party, who was like an
Mhm.
anti-feminist and said that women have all of these rights given to them from the state to stay at home. They have a right for their husband to provide for them, and these women who are trying to fight for the right to do what they chose and not have to be a stay-at-home mom or a housewife, that was actually hurting the women who wanted to stay at home.
Yeah.
And that person actually delayed women getting the right to vote. One woman who spoke out against all
But that's
women.
like that with everything. It's
Exactly.
like the Republican Party using, for example, Kanye West for a little bit, like Trump,
Oh, yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, African Americans back me up. It's like, you don't know that. It's a general statement. First of all, just because Kanye West backs you up doesn't
Yeah.
mean an entire African American community backs you up. Same thing with Latinos. Like when he was campaigning, he had it was a Colombian lady. He had to go up and say how much she loved Trump.
She got deported. didn't
Like,
she?
exactly. Like, lady,
Well,
be
she
real. Yeah, she did. So, like, the thing is crazy because, like, it's like you said, they do that
Yeah.
for several things.
completely anecdotal.
Just because of one person, it's like, no, believe it or not, all Latinos are not for Trump. There are some, but not all. And we're back.
Welcome back. That was Red Eye Sun, again from the band we're featuring in this episode, which is Golden Horseshoe out of Morgantown.
West
Um,
Virginia.
He wants to say that every time.
Yeah.
But for this segment of the show, we actually have another guest, which is my wonderful husband, Alan. He is
Oh, fuck that man. No,
here
just kidding.
to just chat about the Complexicon, which is like a streetwear convention.
A lot of like streetwear enthusiasts.
Yep, a streetwear convention that Complex Magazine has hosted. This is the second year.
No, third
This
year.
is the third year
Third
that
year.
that's been hosted, and it's a big deal for people that follow streetwear and mainly shoe people because they have a lot of special releases and things like that. But he's here so we can get an opinion from him, and then Camilo Andres obviously has some opinions about fashion and things like that. So.
Well, give some backstory because Adam's like you got to talk about how he's a pretty passionate person himself. You know?
I don't want to.
Why the fuck are you talking to him?
Telling jokes now.
Himself, he's a pretty passionate
Okay,
dude.
first of all, I don't want to. Let me just be clear. The guy can somewhat dress.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just kidding. So.
Look at that fucking mustache.
When Ad and I met.
It's fucking lit.
Is that the camera looking at me?
Yeah, that's the camera. Gangs of New York style, you know what I mean?
Anyways, when Ad and I met, he did not know how to match. He was not a good. He just did not dress good. Then he came over to my house. He met my family, and he met my older brother David. And I think David definitely put him on.
Hold up. First off,
you know it's true.
he might have given me some tips and tricks.
Okay.
But after that, I took it upon
He
myself.
took it upon himself.
Well,
the disciple became the master.
He
right?
taught him the essentials. How about that?
No, and
then you took it upon you to make it
Absolutely.
into your own. So now
And-
he's a pretty fashionable guy. He has lots of shoes. I sometimes want to throw them away, but I know they're too expensive, so I won't do that to him.
she knows better.
But he can dress.
But like zero.
So much so.
Zero personality.
So much so that he's actually going to do some of the style grids for the magazine this November.
Yeah.
So we did the
Oh,
aerial
that's
shots.
exciting.
So-
I will say this: it did take me a couple years, but I think the one good thing about style is you definitely find yourself, and I definitely have found myself through fashion, and I will admit, my brother-in-law did have a very small influence in that. but now we're sitting here, we feed off each other here and there. But what's funny is that when I first met my brother-in-law, he was a lot like Camilo Andres, very, very like suited up dude, and when he first saw me wear some dress pants, he was like, "What the hell are you wearing? Like, what is that?" Like, it was like all wrinkled up to the bottom. It was baggy. It was not a good look. Now I'm good. Years have gone.
Now he knows how to wear a fitted suit.
That's right.
Can I ask a question for both of you? You being
Sure.
the fashion expert, you being fashionable.
Damn.
Melissa, I was being nice.
What's so condescending, dude? Like all the time, you're so
Give
mean.
me you.
You're just a mean fucking person.
How do you handle it when people don't appreciate your style?
I think it's about. I think you always want to kind of follow the trends a bit, like everybody does. Like they're like, oh, it's my own style, but like everybody has ideas from somebody else usually, right? Like I get my sense from Japan. That's like my focus is Japanese streetwear. So it's like I get a lot from them, and my idol is Tom Ford. I just love Tom Ford's style. I love the 3 English ticket pockets with the suits. I love the wide peak lapels, and I tell my clients all the time, like, what should I do? I like wide lapels. So lapels are kind of like this type of fabric that goes down your chest, and I like it very wide. I think cheap brands like H&M and Zara, they like to use skinny lapels to cut down the budget. Wide lapels look better for your broad shoulders. It just looks better with slimmer silhouette. So it just looks better for your body type, and I just think more fabric shows more quality. It's definitely an old school look. You look at Robert De Niro in like Casino, peak lapels this wide.
I
think
was
that's
gonna say,
extreme.
I'm getting like
That's
good.
extreme.
I'm getting like a pirate in my head.
So
Yeah, okay, not that far back.
Okay, now that's
Not that far
Let me
back.
bring it back.
Bring it forward a little.
So he's a little bit too extreme back in the day, but like we're modernizing it. We're taking takes from like different brands. Like I look after like Rubinacci, Italian tailors, and like English tailors all over Savile Row. So it's like I take influence from everybody, because like I like to tell my clients about the history of why we're doing this. Why do I choose 5 buttons? I like 5 buttons on my sleeves. A lot of brands don't do that. 5 buttons is just unheard of. It's like it's.
What?
Lord.
6, 6, 6.
I'm pretty sure it's 6, but
I thought it was 6.
I don't know.
5. You guys don't know the devil like I do, okay?
Maybe.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting scared now.
Jeepus is coming.
Get out while you can. Get
Nah, but
out
like,
while you can.
You do 5. My signature style is 5 buttons. Unless you're like a smaller dude, it's like it doesn't look right because you have so much button showing to your elbow. But that's like getting too complicated. But like, I like 5 buttons because I like odd numbers, and I like the fact that the buttons show really well when you turn to the side. It's not just all fabric; it has buttons. So it's like I have different style. usually the Americans they're like 4 buttons on the sleeves. So I always push my clients to do 5 buttons or 3 buttons. 3 buttons is what the Italians do. Rubinacci does 3 buttons on the sleeves, and that's what I tell them. Like I like to tell them about the history of it, like the English ticket pocket. So we do 3 English ticket pockets on jackets, right? So like the 3rd ticket pocket was supposed to be for like when you would take your woman out on a date back in the day. You would watch a movie at the theater, so you would have a ticket stub. You put the ticket stub on the 3rd ticket pocket. So like I like to tell my clients why they do it in England, why they do it in Italy, what's the purpose. Like everything has a purpose. They just don't just do it for like just to make shit up. Like they actually had a purpose for it back in the day. So I like to teach my clients about why I like my designs and why I recommend it to them. But you know they also are able to kind of customize it themselves. But like I like to tell them what I like, and usually what I like is what goes, because they came to me for a reason, because they like what I do. So, you know, I think that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I agree a lot with what Camila just says. You know, a lot of these things, a lot of these trends go from waves and from like, and at, you know, like looking back now, a lot of these, they're coming from the archives. You're looking back at the 90s, like where these things were hot, and now they're coming back, and people don't know about it. And that's why, like, when it comes to like people like, you know, people all the time will look at you like, yo, he looks kind of funky, you know. But at the end of the day, it's the way you rock it, and like in a sense, like you, as long as you feel comfortable within your own body, like with the way you wear, then you're all good.
Like how you carry yourself.
How you carry yourself. Like I don't.
I think that's half of it. It's like
what do you get inspired by though?
Oh.
Like, 'cause I think that was the initial question. Like, what are you like? What do you?
Well, no, the
take
question
from-
was like, how do you react to your stuff?
I say fuck them.
Fuck them, right?
Fuck
those
haters.
people. Yeah, man. Like I said, like a lot of people always talk, and like I think what's so good about our generation is that they're so expressive, and they're so expressive of how they look now. You know, and they also don't give a fuck. Like I love that. You know.
Yeah.
You're wearing some funky ass clothes, you rock that shit.
So
like,
you don't
look at
care
your
if you look
mustache,
funky.
like the other day, right? Cody,
I don't care.
He's all for a mustache. It's just
Cody and Kristen were making fun of his fucking mustache.
No, Cody liked it. Kristen was
No,
saying
he was
about
making fun.
the
And I
lighting.
was like, he was like, it looks stupid, and I was like, nah, dude, that shit looks tight. Like
I don't
fucking rock it. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
don't like
that
it.
shit's tight. Like it's
But the
different.
reason why I don't like it is because
We all
we're
know-
literally driving, and he's looking at
I'm
himself
doing it
in
right
the
now.
mirror.
Stop.
Like, get over yourself, dude. You look good. We all know that. And like, you post pictures on Instagrams, and he thinks he's all hot shit.
Damn.
So like,
Yes,
he's
more than-
literally
yeah,
driving,
you know
and
this,
he's like this.
Pew, 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 pew.
He's going like this as he's driving. I'm like, babe, you should look at the
I
road.
can't
Hey, she hasn't
Or
said this
deny.
before. She's saying it right
I
now.
think
She's confronting him
Aaron
on the show.
Cerritos is my lawyer. He will speak for
You
on
plead the
that.
fifth. You
I
plead the
plead
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah,
That's right.
don't you worry about it.
No,
One
but-
follow-up question, and then I know we're going to get into Complexicon, but what would you say is either something that's definitely worth it or something you can get on a budget that would really...
You
Add
can
to
rock a
somebody's
white
style.
t-shirt, white v-neck, skinny
Yep.
jeans. It depends who's wearing it and how you wear it. Like
That's
It's how you carry yourself, right? It goes back to like
That's
how
right.
you carry
Be
yourself.
confident,
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Like, don't be fucking shy. Don't be fucking like,
That's right.
dude. You're gonna regret so much in your life. I regret so much. Oh, why didn't I talk to that girl? She was so hot. She was eyeing me. Why didn't I talk to her? Dude, be confident. Just do
That's
what the
right.
fuck you want. If she doesn't
I-
like you, then fuck her. Like,
That's
go
right.
up to another girl. Like, dude, just
Yeah.
rock it. V-neck. Get a fucking
I mean, I
Walmart
don't know the
V-neck.
girl thing, but
Get some
Yeah.
skinny jeans.
No, I
You're good,
agree.
bro. Like, you don't have to have all the big name brands. Like, you could just literally just look good and
No,
off the
I
rack.
agree. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I like to work on a budget, but like he was saying, like you could go very far with just rocking a black tee. So as long as you got some nice pair of jeans to match with it, and you got some dope ass sneakers, boots, whatever, and you just rock the shit out of it, you're good. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the times when it comes to fashion, you wear your confidence on you, and your confidence sticks out, and then the people start paying attention to what you
Yeah.
wear.
I guess that's
But,
the
like,
great thing about fashion.
because
It
you can-
gives you confidence, but you can also like...
You can
And it's all about
identity.
like, and this is something that like it's funny
To
with Lauren
express
because
yourself.
I'll tell Lauren all the time. I'm like, Lauren, you shouldn't be wearing that. First of all, sometimes it's because certain things are inappropriate. Her and I believe in freeing the nipple, so most of the time we do not wear bras.
You have nipples that can be contained.
Yes,
It's not
I do.
fair.
So for me,
yeah,
it's
you have a choice in the matter, and I don't.
But then, so for me, it's a little different. So I literally do not have to wear a bra at any time, any moment. Lauren might have to wear little layers, which
There
is fine.
no bra
So, like,
that can continue.
I criticize her a lot, not because of her style.
What do you mean? Are you saying you have pepperoni nipples? What do you mean?
No, it's
What are you saying?
actual nipple part, like.
Let's just say the fact that but it also is the fact that you have nipple piercings that make it more obvious. And I can tell when I see you at work, it's not appropriate.
Yeah, we learned about Lauren today.
I like-
Wow, question.
with you, not numbers. It's the same thing. It's odd.
So yeah, I don't know.
One, not two.
Why not 3?
Why not?
She doesn't have a third nipple.
That we know of.
You know, she can be Chandler for that.
Anyways, guys, so the reason why I always we'll be like, Lauren, what are you wearing? Sometimes she wears a little funky patterns. Most of the time, she actually looks super cute, and I love her for her confidence in it. But then when I see her nipples, I'm like, Lauren, we're at work, girl. I'm about freeing the nipple when you're not at work because we do work with all men, and it is just like an office business. It doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
But
and I'm oblivious.
she is, so it's good that I'm there to be like,
Hey, your nipples are out.
I'm very for freaking the.
he means freeing the nipple.
I like when you're out be respectful.
Front of you slip right there.
When you're with me, girls, y'all can wear whatever you want. Do whatever you want, but in the street, that's only for me to see. That's what I think.
But you know who's actually had a big fashion statement and with this whole big extravaganza with streetwear enthusiasts is females, man. They honestly, they can be butt ass. They can wear some jeans, butt ass. They don't care. It's like their own fashion. It's like they're really speaking out with their confidence.
Yeah.
And I really admire that. You got girls just doing whatever they want, and I get it. And
It's
you still got those creepy ass men.
So you're cool with girls wearing wherever they want, but you're not cool with me wearing my top shop dress.
Hey, shots fired. Shots out. Shots fired.
Since we can't solve this at home, we might as well bring it to
That's because Top Shop is shite. Top Shop is
I
shite.
think they have a lot to talk about.
I'm just kidding, guys. I bought a dress, and I completely agree. It is definitely not an appropriate dress to not wear, and it is just because who I am as a person. I don't usually show very much, so when I showed on this dress, he was like, "Whoa, you should not wear that unless I'm with you," because he's right. It's a lot of side boots,
It's a lot of side boob. I
agree with the homeboys.
But he was, and I understood why. And then my mother, of course, love her. She goes and says, "Oh, it's a perfect dress for you to wear to Cartagena." And then now Alan has in his head that I'm going to wear this dress to Cartagena. First of all, I'm not, because I don't. There's something about, I'm very confident with my body, and I love it, but there's just something about, I know that wearing that dress somewhere where I don't have,
your husband.
my husband to look at, it to be like, oh shit, am I showing too much? Just for reaffirmation for myself, that I know it'll be trouble because it just shows a lot, so I wasn't going to wear it anyway, but he's been asking me for days, are you going to take it to Cartagena? Are you going to take it to Cartagena? I'm like, no, I'm not going
He's
to wear that
asking
dress.
because he feels a certain way about it.
And I wasn't going to wear that dress at all.
No,
once he said what he brought, I was
back to the conversation about women wearing confidence. She can rock the shit out of it, don't get me wrong. But I feel in a sense, if I'm there with her, cool, go ahead, do your thing. But around other people, and you're not, maybe different 30 minutes away, cool. You're flight 6 hours away.
Bro, to be honest, I'm on your side. I don't even think she should wear it, period. I am the most old school man. If you know me, the woman, when she goes out, dude, it's all about class. She has to be classy. She has to look a certain way. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but she has to look the way I want her to look, classy.
Not the woman.
Respectful.
Your woman.
Well, my woman.
You know who that is.
I'm not gonna say any names, but you have to be classy. If you look bad and trashy, not trashy is a bad word, but if you look like you're showing too much,
But there's a difference between
I agree
trying
with
to show too much and then it
Being
just being
thirsty.
a classy thing. If I'm not gonna show you anybody this dress because I'm
That's
just
only
gonna
for
wear
him.
it on a date with Am. But when he saw me in that dress, he was like, "Wow, you look amazing." It does not look trashy. It really doesn't. It's a nice dress. It's a formal dress. It looks very nice. But I understand his concerns at all. I was never gonna wear it, but it's just funny. My mom brought that up, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear wear this to the beach. First, it's not a beach dress because it is a dressy dress.
Is that like a sundress?
No, it's actually like it's the one from
Yeah.
Topshop. It's
Like
pretty
a
dressy.
small black dress.
It's a black dress,
floral
and then it has.
So
and
women,
long.
I know women's wear like.
It's a black dress.
That's
and
a nice dress. It's okay, but like, I understand his concern. Like, it's like. Men are
single
pigs.
woman, you're
Men are
married.
pigs.
and
I'm
it's-
sorry, but
Yeah, but
I mean,
see,
it's
my
just like a
my
silk
thing is
dress
the
with
fact that
touching
like
it,
it's
like,
so it's
really
really beautiful.
fancy.
But my big thing is like I should be able to make that choice, and he should never even have an opinion on what I'm gonna
Well, it's
wear.
different.
That's wait, hold on. That's my one thing. Second of all, I was never gonna wear the dress without him. I bought the dress personally because I was gonna wear it to a wedding. Once I tried on the dress, I knew it was not appropriate to the wedding that I wanted to wear it to, and I completely get it. You guys are probably going wild about the dress. It really isn't that bad. But when he said like I don't feel comfortable with you wearing it at the beach, then it became more of a my issue because it's like.
It's more the
It's
fact
my
that
choice.
it's him saying that you can't. It's
Yeah,
not
like
about
it's
the dress itself,
like a
about
rebel kid.
your choice.
It's not your
Yeah.
choice.
No, feel you on that. Let me iterate on that because
shit for this.
when
bro.
you're married, it's not so much that like when you're single, it's your choice. You should be able to do whatever. But it's a partnership when you're married, and I feel like your partner's like
Opinion,
matters, and it
Yeah,
really should. So like,
Alright.
it does matter what he thinks when you're married, and I mean, some people might not agree with me, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
No, and I
So,
completely
like-
respect that. But in our marriage, I've always like made it very clear to him. And it's interesting. I'm gonna say this. I'm an independent woman. That I don't need him. I want him, and we want each other. And that's the
I
thing.
love that shit.
We just-
I love that shit.
But we love each other, and
But I love the opinions both Aaron and Camila Andres is putting into it. But from my standpoint, you know what? When it comes to Melissa, she can rock whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? Like she's her own person, and I let her be her own person, and I love it. It's just
But
when she brought upon this dress to me. I'm not gonna lie though. I was like, yo, girl, we about to go to the bedroom right now. What's up? but if I put that thought in my head, I always want to
okay.
be genuine.
Calm down.
But in all seriousness though, when I did see the dress, I was like,
Other people are gonna have the same
I
thoughts.
was like,
But again, it's the attitude. If she wore that dress somewhere and was like flirting with guys, touching their arms,
Oh,
that's different.
that's-
If
Oh.
she wears it like a classy lady, and
Yeah.
she's like, look at me, you can't talk to me.
no facts,
No one's
no
gonna
facts.
talk
I
to
agree.
her.
No, I agree. And like I said, and it all comes down to confidence or how you approachable.
Yeah.
Because any dude can be like, hey, what's up, ma? And she'd be like, bitch, get out my face.
And he's
Exactly.
seen it.
If she say it like that, I ain't gonna talk to you.
So no, I have like a certain opinion. Like when you're my girl, you have to hold yourself to a certain level of like classiness. And like when you're out, you should just respect yourself enough to not look like a hoe. You know what I mean? Like straight up. Like if you're my
This
girl,
guy.
if you're my, no, I'm just old school.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that
We're old
regard.
school. We're just different.
Like
Everybody's different.
I feel like it's
But that's just
hard
for
to
me.
look like a hoe.
No, it's not.
hard.
What are you
It's not
talking
hard.
about?
Are
Have
you
you seen
serious?
these thoughts out here? What do you mean? You see these like?
You
What
wanna
do you?
get some more whiskey?
Let me tell you.
Excuse these guys.
Like, look,
Excuse them.
I go to Maryland, right? No bullshit. I go to Maryland, and these bitches will look, and they'll have
You
fucking.
got a picture?
I've been around. I'm
Listen.
young. I've been around. But
They'll
like,
have
I know
what the
women
fuck are they
that are
called? Those
respectful.
shorts that like.
Booty shorts,
They,
yeah.
no. But
That's
you
not
show,
okay.
you
That's
show
not
the
okay.
cheeks.
That's
You
not
show the
okay.
wedge,
Oh.
and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what do you? If my girlfriend went out the house looking like that,
Nah.
we'd have some issues.
Not with
Well,
me,
it's
bro.
and
But
I
that's
get
what
you.
I'm saying. Same
Not
thing about
with
the
me.
Trump thing I
You know
said
what I mean? Like,
earlier.
we're not
When
supposed
a woman
Dude,
dresses
don't.
like that, you know she's a hoe, and that's what she's
No,
being
But listen,
honest.
no.
But-
You don't know
That's not
that she's
necessarily
a hoe.
true.
That's not
She
true.
doesn't have to be
She
a hoe.
said she
It's
has
just
a nice dress. He likes the way she looks in it.
Wait,
But like,
so I'm not saying that she is a hoe, but I'm saying like my
If someone
girlfriend
wears-
isn't gonna go out.
My
like that.
girl
Show your
is
whole
not
life.
allowed to wear that.
Yeah, you see what
I'm
I'm saying?
fucking old school as
Like
fuck.
you can do that and not be a
I'm
hoe,
different.
and I'm not saying that every girl that wears that is a hoe. But I'm just saying my girlfriend's not gonna wear that.
Well, this is the thing.
But-
You don't. This is my
It
thing.
depends on where you
It
are.
depends on the person. It's her choice to wear it, and
That's
that's
what
all
I'm
I'm saying. It is your girlfriend's choice to wear it. She will. She is. If you start dating her, it's probably because she has the same beliefs as you, and that makes completely sense. So, by her choice, she chooses not to wear that type of clothes. But it isn't because you're telling her not to. And
Exactly.
that's all I'm going to with.
But what I'm
the
saying,
whole
I'm not gonna
situation.
wife up a girl
been around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We've been around.
straight
So you
up.
guys are hoes. So it's okay for
We're
you to
not-
be hoes.
No,
right
but what
now.
I'm saying is the way I look
It's not
at you,
good
the
for
way
my
I
brand.
perceive
I don't
you
know.
is different.
I'm just
Like,
kidding.
I would look at you and be like, yeah, I would fuck her, but I wouldn't date her. And
That's-
that's straight
that's
up.
the thing,
and
though,
that's
like,
how people.
that's the thing,
If
though.
you're not gonna
Bullshit. The
pursue
way
a
you
relationship,
dress
why would you
is
have
an
sex with
extension of
them?
your personality, right?
Men are different than women. Like
Yeah, I
No,
and I'm with you guys. I really understand this, but I just want you guys to understand that it isn't what you say. It's because you're dating someone that has that same mentality as you, therefore they will not wear that. But it's their choice. It isn't yours. You don't have the right to tell anybody what to wear and what not to
It's
wear.
your choice, but,
But it's your
I would never
girl.
choose a girl like
I
that.
don't agree.
That
I
would-
don't agree.
No, but that's
Sorry,
what I'm
I made
saying.
it
But you guys are